Welcome and thank you for joining us for a review of Charlotte's Strategic Mobility Plan. I'm Ed McKinney, the Charlotte Department of Transportation's Deputy Director. The Charlotte Strategic Mobility Plan show aims to help viewers understand the purpose of the Charlotte Strategic Mobility Plan, also known as the SMP. We will discuss the process, ways for you to engage, and highlight how your input is influencing how staff will reshape mobility guidelines for our city. Throughout the show, you will notice a QR code on your screen. You can scan it, and it will take you to our website, charlottenc.gov/SMP, where you can see where we've been and where we're going. Now, you may have heard of the SMP, but I'm here to provide some additional background on its purpose and the goals we hope it will accomplish. The SMP's vision is to shape a new mobility future for the City of Charlotte, and our strategy is to leverage transportation to implement the Charlotte Future 2040 Comprehensive Plan. Additionally, our plan for the SMP will integrate various modes of travel into a single system that moves Charlotte. There are 5 key elements that the SMP will fulfill. First, it will support the goals and objectives of the Charlotte Future 2040 Comprehensive Plan, which I noted just a moment ago. Second, it will integrate existing transportation plans and policies into a single strategic mobility plan. Third, it will establish new goals for prioritizing transportation investments and measuring progress. Fourth, it will modernize transportation policies that equip Charlotte to respond to a changing world. And finally, it'll align the 2040 policy map and Unified Development Ordinance to shape the future of our community. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, I will have a special guest with me who will help us connect the dots on the City of Charlotte's major initiatives that will guide our future. Now, before we dive deeper into the SMP, I have a guest with me today that will assist in demonstrating the alignment and connection between the SMP, the Charlotte Future 2040 Comprehensive Plan, the 2040 Policy Map, and the Unified Development Ordinance. So please welcome Allison Craig, Interim Planning Director, and thank you so much for joining me today. Let's start by talking through the 2040 Comprehensive Plan and Policy Map.
Thanks, Ed. The Charlotte Future 2040 Comprehensive Plan was adopted by Charlotte City Council on June 21, 2021. This is the long-range plan that will guide development and investments made in our city over the next 2 decades. One of the many benefits of the 2040 plan is that it addresses important issues that affect our community's sense of equity, such as access to safe and equitable mobility choices, the type of infrastructure we invest in on our roads, and how new policies are developed. There are 4 guiding principles that emerge from the 2040 Comprehensive Plan work as it looks to the future: authentic, equitable, integrated, and resilient. Each vision element and goal of the plan strives to integrate these 4 principles. So let's take transportation choice and convenience, for example. This goal states that transit, bus, bike, sidewalks, trails, and streets provide a robust network that connects all parts of the community to jobs, goods, services in the region, and is safe and easy to use. More recently, the 2040 Policy Map was adopted by Charlotte City Council on March 28, 2022. The 2040 Policy Map utilized the place type tool process through 3 primary steps. First, mapped existing place types, translated existing development into place types to help illustrate how the tool is intended to be applied. Number 2, mapped adopted policies place types, translated adopted area plans or current land use policies into place types, illustrating what our community would look like if we didn't update the policy map with the Charlotte Future 2040 Comprehensive Plan recommendations. Third, Charlotte Future 2040 Policy Map. The adopted policies place type map reflects the comp plan policies such as the equitable growth framework to ensure growth projections can be accommodated.
Thanks, Allison. So the direct connection of the 2040 Comp Plan and Policy Map to the SMP is that the SMP supports the implementation of the 2040 Comprehensive Plan, the vision for our growth, together with the 2040 Policy Map, the land use, and Unified Development Ordinance development. The SMP will guide the Streets Manual, which includes Charlotte's Streets Map and the Comprehensive Transportation Review, or CTR. Both the Streets Map and the CTR are informed by the 2040 Policy Map, land use policies, and the Streets Manual is a technical support document to the Unified Development Ordinance, or UDO. With that, Allison, can you talk through the UDO?
Sure. The UDO will simplify, consolidate, and update the regulations that guide Charlotte's development into a single document. The draft UDO aligns these standards with the vision of the Charlotte Future 2040 Comprehensive Plan and other adopted city policies and makes development standards easier to understand through the increased use of common language and graphics. The first draft of the UDO was released on October 7, 2021, and the second draft will be released in May with additional opportunities for community input. The final recommended draft of the UDO will go before Charlotte City Council with a request for adoption later this summer. To connect the dots, you'll see the SMP work aligning directly with the UDO work in the subdivision, streets, and other infrastructure section of the document, specifically Articles 32, 33, and 34. Again, the Charlotte Streets Manual and Streets Map, which are guided by the SMP, serve as supporting documents for the UDO.
Thanks, Allison. I greatly appreciate you joining me today. So here's the direct connection of the UDO to the SMP. The SMP Streets Manual includes a citywide Charlotte Streets Map that will guide arterial street design, and the Comprehensive Transportation Review, or CTR guidelines, will evaluate the transportation impact of land development activity. Coming up, I'll share next steps on how you can become involved with shaping our strategic mobility plan. Welcome back. The SMP was released in mid-May, with a second draft of the Streets Manual coming out later in May with the second draft of the UDO. A City Council public hearing and adoption is anticipated in June. Here are the ways you can engage with us. We'll be hosting several virtual public engagement sessions later in May that will be advertised on the city's website and social media. We encourage you to come speak at the public hearing during the City Council business meeting on June 13th. And don't forget, you can always email charlottedot@charlottenc.gov anytime with your comments or questions. You can also visit charlottenc.gov/SMP, click on the Strategic Mobility Plan sign-up button, and provide your information so we can keep you in the loop on upcoming engagement opportunities. Please remember that the public comment period for the first draft of the SMP will close on June 13th, and we need to hear from you. Thank you for watching Charlotte's Strategic Mobility Plan.